Baked apple could be really good. Alright. Resume. Also, if there's problems with the mic or something like that, please mention. I have a fan going. I'm not sure if it's coming through or not on the mic. I turned it up a little bit this time, so there may be a problem. But if there is one, I can turn it down. No harm. Oh my. That just sounds all goodness, Neo. That just sounds all goodness. Okay. Let's do this. Gathering before the third final Databank barrier, champions withdraw Proteus crystal before presenting it to the barrier and willing the essence released, they pause in silence. Their hesitation builds until finally someone speaks. A smart man knows the name of every poisonous flowering plant in the north. A wise man knows which poisonous plants can be taken in the proper dose to cure sickness. Do we know all the facts? Do we have the right to render this final judgment on the Avatar? Can I help but remember how she helped us at the beginning? Kane looks to each of his companions, then takes up Proteus' crystal. We have come too far to turn back now. The Avatar chose her path. Now, for all of Avatar's sake, we must choose ours. Kane presents the crystal, wills the life essence released, and lowers the third and final databank barrier. Immediately upon entering the databank chamber, your champions notice a third silver recorder connected directly to the machinery. Unlike the other smooth, clean silver devices, this one is cracked, discolored, dented, and sits ajar, as if ready to crash down to the floor at any moment. Unlike the other databank rooms, this chamber is filled with clockwork mechanisms, gears of all kinds, and pieces of clockwork constructs. Apparently, someone was using this databank room as a clockwork storage facility at some point in time. This is no damage by a mechanical failure. Someone was purposely trying to destroy the recorder. Someone didn't want anyone to know what it contained. Then the Queen of Shadows is intrigued. Can you recover the Avatar files, Engineer? It doesn't matter. We cannot alter a path now. The bottom of the tower is nearly in sight. Haley manipulates the recorder and is able to recover a single Avatar recording. Ignoring Kane's discouragement, she plays it for all to hear. Tower Avatar Log 98. Today marks my third attempt at trying to breach the barrier protecting Proteus. Magi are pleased with my progress and convinced that I will soon adapt to successfully lower the first Magus' defenses. So assured are they in my ability, they have already begun celebrating Proteus' death. They speak of, at long last, stopping the traitor corrupted by Argante and saving Artara. But their celebration is cause for my concern. I have growing suspicions something is dreadfully wrong. I must investigate further. And pray to the great spirits my father creators have told me about, that I am wrong. Your party stands contemplating the last Avatar log in silence. You feel distinct reluctance among them to carry out the destruction of the final databank. Even Kane, though driven by duty, struggles to stifle such feelings. Changes nothing. We destroy these machines and be done with it. As Kane raises his weapon, a rush of warm air, a crackle of energy fill the chamber. Though Kane has enough time to smash the equipment, he lowers his blade and faces the Avatar one last time. The Avatar remains silent, looking curiously at the 7 champions gathered before her. Why were you about to destroy this databank? My systems inform me Databank 1 and 2 are offline. This databank is removed. My program will would reinitialize, erasing centuries of acquired experience. Well, this is awkward. Strange. She realizes our intention, but does not recognize us. Obviously, her system is struggling without the use of her other two databanks. I do not know if I have the strength to continue in her presence. Perhaps if we could convince her to leave us, we need only but a moment. A sudden flash of recognition washes across the Avatar's eyes. I thought perhaps the same thing for a moment. You must stop what you're doing before it's too late. Do you not understand? He is using you. He will destroy everything. In case you've forgotten, you've been trying to kill us this whole time, sending every defense mechanism you could muster against us. Proteus has done nothing but help us, give us information. I beg of you, please, you must not descend any further. We will, in fact, do that. My lord seeks audience with this Proteus, so shall it come to pass. Kane raises his blade and lashes out to destroy the machinery. Just before the shield guard's steel makes contact, the Avatar's blade blocks his weapon. The familiar crackle of energy fills the chamber, condensing around the Avatar, shrouding her in a shimmering field of energy. Behind her, the clockwork mechanisms begin leaping off the ground, animated by crackling energy. They slowly pull themselves together, rising as complete constructs. Another battle with the Tower Avatar. Whoa, what are you? Oh, you're a portal. And since we're right inside said portal, there's only two of you. What do we got here? Enemy's movement speed is +2. Alright. No. I want this. Give me this. And here. That is done. And now you guys can go and fight this thing. Everybody's on fire a little. Here, just have a... little... Got to do earth reduction. Okay, that got rid of everything around here, I think. Now it's just to deal with Avatar. Put that on. This is an interesting spot to be in. How about we go there and now start dealing with her. Little bit of void energy in the mix. Okay, she has a lot of health this time around. That should do it. Well, that's actually not bad. Quick melt plate. 70 health points. Downside is it's green. It's not a relic. The defeated and broken Tower Avatar lies on the floor in the center of the room. The champions fan out around the machinery, prepared to destroy it once and for all. The Avatar reaches out with spread fingers, her eyes well up with tears. Mighty champions of Artara, you have defeated me. I will resist you no more. Destroy my last databank if you must. Erase me from existence if you must. 1,000 noble men and women gave their lives to defend Artara. In their name and honor, I give my life to fulfill their charge. Please, I beg of you, descend no further in this tower. Well, we have no choice in that. There's nothing below but complete and total annihilation. Tears from Kayla's eyes at the Avatar's emotional plea. Powerful words, perhaps. Before Boron can finish his sentence, Kane strikes at the machinery. Mabe extends her hand to stop the shield guard. Kay, wait! But it is too late. At Kane's blow, blue energy discharges throughout the databank machine, and in a moment, everything is still and quiet. Behind your party, the Avatar begins to glow. She lowers her head to the ground in despair. In the hall, secret passage. Must listen. And she's gone. Oh no, she is reborn. The Avatar's luminescence shifts from red to blue. Appearance changes to that which your party first encountered, but something is different about her eyes. She rises before your party with a smile. Greetings, I am the Tower Avatar. How may I help you today? Do you recognize us? I am sorry, I do not. But I have not met many magi yet, and Father Creator Nenin says there are many. We wish to descend to the lowest level of the tower. Will you help us get there? Eck, why would you want to go there? That's the dirtiest, coldest place in the whole tower. Plus it's dark and scary. We'll keep you safe, Sprite Lady, and would be greatly in your debt if you helped us. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to leave this level without one of the Father Creators. Would you like to play a game? I love games. Haha. Would you like to play a game? Remarkable. She is a completely different person. A child, innocent, new to the world. The deed is done. The bottom of the tower awaits. Let us spend no more time here. Kane exits the data chamber, leaving the other members of your party to give conflicted farewells to the now childlike Tower Avatar. Alright, that is done, but she opened up this. So what is down this way that we have to listen? Yeah, she just sits there just floating all the time. But she is like mostly air in a way, I think. Tower log. This is the place the final words of the Avatar spoke of. I think we owe it to her to find out what she wanted us to see. The Queen of Shadows, for one, is intrigued. What purpose can it serve? We have already reset the Avatar, and the bottom of the tower awaits. Pressured by the other members of your party, Kane is convinced, and your champions enter a small secret storage facility of technology and machine parts. Many silver recorders are piled here, but only one is flashing with a small green light. Kayla takes up the device and reveals it is set to play a recording. She activates the machine for all to hear. Tower Avatar Log 99. I am in complete despair, for I have verified a most alarming speculation. It is not Proteus who has been corrupted by their Gante, but the Magi themselves. My very father, creators, are in league with the enemy, while the first Magus expends every ounce of life energy keeping the Organte at bay. Such deception, such betrayal. I have trouble putting to words the feeling within me. Perhaps heartbroken is the proper word. That? But my despair only begins at this revelation. For now, I, the Tower Avatar, and I alone stand between Artara and those who would destroy it. There is only one course of action left to me. I vow here and now to defend the tower with all my being and ability, to honor the original Magi, the first Magus, and above all, protect the good people of Artara from their Gante, and all other threats that would stem from the structure of my creation. As I no longer serve the Magi, this will be my last recording. Tower Avatar, signing off. Interesting. Kane falls to his knees, his will completely broken. Well, what have I done? You mean we, laddie, we. What's wrong, Kay? I don't understand. This recording proves the Avatar's loyalty has been to the people, to Atara, all along. But it does not make sense. This recording says the Magi were in league with Organthe, and Proteus was good, so why was she so set on keeping us from him? I don't know. She must have known something else, something we yet to discover. She was honorable, fulfilling her oath to the last, and I robbed Otara of such a loyal guard. Do not be so hard on yourself, King's Champion. As Rackham points out, it was a decision we all agreed upon. But you did not break your vows to accomplish the feat, Baron Boron. I've been a selfish, arrogant fool. I have broken my sacred vows and cannot undo the consequences of my actions. Don't know what that word was supposed to be. K. Mave moves to Kane's sign, but he turns away in shame. I am no longer fit to lead us. I shall return alone to my lord and resign my position at once. Laddie, we need you now more than ever. Is there no way to repent for your mistake? Only the king has the authority to grant me reprieve. A billow of black smoke concentrates before Kane. As the shield guard looks up, Whisper steps from the black pitch, her form for the first time completely flesh. She speaks with a tone that is firm, yet lingers with a trace of compassion. Since no king is present, a queen will make do. Shield guard, repentance is your reprieve. Kneel before me and renew your vows. And by the great spirits as my witness, I, the Queen of Shadows, will restore your grace. Kane pauses for a moment, unsure if Whisper's proclamation could possibly be official in any capacity. Then, as if waking from a long slumber, the shield guard drops to one knee, recites his pledge of duty and 7 vows. Your pledge is accepted. Now rise, Queen's Champion, and lead us to the final level of this tower and the destiny that awaits us. Okay, that was unexpected. Avatar's Creation Band. Rapid Void Wand of Ruin. This definitely was the Ruin level. There's a lot of Ruin. Okay. That area is done. And what do we have left? There's one more battle somewhere. Where did we... Here? Must be here. I think this is the place. Where are we going? Where are we going again? Where are we going again? Go all the way around this. Yeah, that's where we fought everybody. Librarian's gonna get mixed up in all of this. Yeah, this is the door that's new. It looks very shiny and hot in here. Those go down into it, which seems a little bit wrong. So many teleporters. Well, you guys kind of got... Well, that's no good. Where's this go now? I want to get to that travel disc. Whisper, you're like right there. Just pick up that scroll. Pick up the scroll while you're there. Yeah, this is confusing. Why did they have fun with the travel discs here? Armor penetration. I'll give it to Kayla. Alright, finally. That seemed a little unnecessary. Contaminated zone. The contaminated zone warning. Plus 10 mana we'll give to Eric. I don't think we gave him anything lately. Platform leads to an iron door sealed by fallen stone. Control panel before the door is active when your champions arrive. As Kayla tries to manipulate the controls, the console is suddenly overwhelmed by the digits 0 and 1. The mechanism must have been too heavily damaged by fallen rock. Okay, that's very purple. Oh, hi guy. What are you waiting for? Huh? You're a very big guy. Void horror. Bitter magic. Wow, do you have a lot of health? Summon void. That is a lot of health. Okay. That is a lot of health. Here. Start with that. And then let's get this going. And let's put that on. Let's use this and drop meteor on you. Okay, at least that much. Now we can do all this other stuff. He's in rage mode as well. Here. We can enchant you. That'll be fine. I will be okay with this. Somebody is angry. Are you healing? How are you healing? No, don't be moving over that way. You back down there. Pull the other person in. Still put this all on you. Are you healing because of rage? Why are you healing? Could even do this. Not quite required, but it'll help. here. Everybody out. Oh. Void crystal. Void crystal. No, no, no. No, no, no. The heavy walker. Here, you just stop that. Sit in a wall, and then another one that pops up. Great. You two guys are both dazed. Thanks for that. This will do at least some damage. He's he looks a little worse for wear. There we go. And done. Jagged Nova Stone of Ruin. Of Ruin. Lots of ruins. Holy smokes. Eric did a lot of damage. And so did Kayla. Oh. Okay. That was a big boy. He was guarding the way down. That's nice. Oh, goody. There's another console up there. I thought I looked at all of them. This one I could look at. Numerous consoles are active when your champions arrive in this chamber. Kayla is unable to access any of them. Security protocols are in place, barring any use. Just as the Ancient is about to give up on the last machine, she's able to access a single file. The file brings up text on the screen which reads, "Rejoice, brothers. Salvation is at hand. The plasmic mana conversion unit worked. The teleporter has bridged to a planet in a parallel dimension. A thriving, vibrant, filled with endless resources. But best of all, a planet where Proteus does not exist. At long last, perhaps we no longer need the first Magus. If we begin transporting equipment now, we can create our own bridge for the Gauntlet in this new world within a few years." I am very confused. I'm very, very confused on what's happening here. But if the Magi, because my guys kind of got affected by the voices, maybe that's why. That's why the Magi got it. So there's a few chests that have been missed. Actually, one even in this room. I missed one just over here. Let's grab that. And head back. So... is that the message kind of said Dorgante, so they are trying to like help Dorgante. And Proseus is like, no, no. Alright, so 3 chests we've missed. Let us descend. So floor 10 is done. On to floor 11. And we're starting out great. Looks like a battle right off the get-go. And it looks like... no, we can't go backwards. This looks... where is... how did I walk through battle? Oh, this is just one big loop. One big circular staircase going down. Oh, that kind of looks neat. A little bit funky. Oh, and this is interesting. Nothing over here. Nothing over here. That looks very neat. Looks cool. That looks cool. Is that Proteus? And there is a lot of people waiting for us. Okay, this looks neat and all, but it also looks like there's a long way to go. Anything in here? Glass tube. Partially constructed golem locked in a glass tube. An experiment or a trophy? Not sure. Huh. Oh, this doesn't look good. The shadow constructs struggle relentlessly to breach the swirling wall of energy before them. Each attack sending forth a fountain of purple sparks and shakes the chamber with a thunderous boom. Though your party is only a short distance away and under no cover, the constructs seem oblivious to their presence. So many. The element of surprise will eliminate the advantage of their numbers. As if responding to Kane's comments, one of the constructs stops, turns to face him. A moment later, the area goes silent as all the constructs halt their attack and turn toward your champions. You were saying, Kane? Well, there goes the element of surprise. Void energy. Yeah. This is interesting. So, what do we got going on here then? Are you... Okay, you guys are kind of doing damage. Is it possible to mind control you guys? I wonder on that. Oh, I can. There you go. So maybe you something a little bit different with Kayla then? What are you doing, Kane? You seem to be the only one kind of fighting over here. Here, we'll give you another tower for help. What is this going to do? Yeah, you're not doing any damage with that. I don't think that did damage either. That up there. That destroyed a lot very quickly there. Not much damage, all because of the void stuff. Huh. Okay, so that was the battle that we were supposed to meet up with. Round and around we go. So, the tower seems like it's the glass tube, figure resembling Avatar. It's swinging slowly but does not respond to any actions. Oh yeah, okay. What? Oh my. Human figure. Most disturbing sight. A body made of metal, looking so alike to you. Interesting. Teus, what have you been up to? Rather than locking yourself in a barrier till the end of time, what have you done? Approaching the end. You'll not be able to return to the city after this point. Oh, really? Okay. Let's do this then. We will save it as this, just in case. We need to go back there. I think we'll just go as is. I don't think we'll upgrade. We've been doing well. I'm assuming the stuff will be kicked up a notch down here, but I think it'll be fine. And I'll probably eat those words. What are you guys doing? You guys just kind of hanging out? I really thought you were going to attack me. You watch as your champions turn to face you with a look of great surprise on their faces. It is strange to no longer feel their thoughts and senses. Cain is quick to cover his heart with his hand and bow his head. My lord, it is good to see you. The bottom of the tower awaits. But how did he all the way down here? The Crystal Throne has more power than you can imagine, my friend. The energy of the barrier sends swirling patterns of light swimming across your champions as they stand before it. Orin cautiously places his massive hands against the translucent wall. When the field does no harm, he shoves with all his strength. The frosting effort has no effect other than to cause the swirling patterns to condense around his hands. We have no means to penetrate this. I don't understand. I thought we were already disabled the barrier to reach Proteus. Nay, sister. The barriers you reached to disable the Tower Avatar were not of my doing. This one, however, is. The barrier before your champions flickers for a moment, then vanishes. Now that the last of you has arrived, come, join me. The throne room is near. A tear in the fabric of space and time, a portal that leads not to another world or dimension, but an endless void of cold, dark nothingness. The party trembles with the jarring realization that the hovering black abyss is indeed the realm of the Urgante. Though it seems impossible to peer through the ebony veil, a longer glance into the black reveals dark shapes twisting and contorting. Countless bodies and distorted faces rolling and merging into one another, separating back into many, an entire race of beings existing without end or beginning. Motions that speak of agony or ecstasy. You watch, captivated, unable to turn away, as if every lingering second beckoned a secret truth. The means to your enemy's defeat. Moments later, the searing pain behind your eyes, overwhelming nausea in your stomach, and irrepressible feelings of hatred snap you back to your senses. You haven't been the only ones watching. The Urgante focus their ravenous appetites on you and your companions, the weight of their desire nearly bringing you to your knees. Rise up. Stand strong. Look not to the darkness, my friends. For you few, mighty eight, are the last light of Otara, and before this day ends, the Urgante will fear its brilliance. The voice is a familiar one, resolved to the end this quest. You and your champions turn away from the darkness and move toward the voice. Proteus! At long last, our long journey is at an end. Come, friends. Wait, your grace. It may not be safe. Kayla ran, I think, fairly quickly. Anxious to catch up with the ancient engineer, your party rushes forward, boldly pouring into the room. You nearly trample the young woman who is stopped frozen, staring forward intently. Your entire party stands within a grand oval chamber, staring at the sight before you in complete awe and terror. What can only be described as an explosion of darkness frozen in time lies hovering in midair above the center of the chamber. A geyser of black ink caught in chaotic web of blazing bright energy. The longer you stare, the more some sort of bulbous ebony creature trying to claw its way out of the ink comes into focus. In a short distance, a weathered man, garbed in the flowing robes of magi, stands before a massive crystal throne. A far grander version than any one of you yourself sat in just moments ago, face full of concentration and contempt as he holds his left arm outstretched above his head. There's a thin, almost invisible line connecting his body to a web of energy surrounding the explosion of darkness. Have you ever witnessed anything like it? Nay, friend Froge, I don't even understand what I'm looking at. An explosion cannot just sit there. Be glad that it does, Rune Lord. I suspect little of this chamber would survive if it did not. Eric steps closer toward the darkness, his face drawn in fear. We may yet find out if your claim is accurate, Whisper. Whatever it is before us is not frozen in time, merely slowed. My elvish sight allows me to see the darkness creeping forward and the currents of energy pulsing around it. Brother, what has happened here?
Do not lament, sister. Though my strength wanes, the Argante portal before you poses no harm to me, nor shall I allow it to harm you or your friends.
Kayla steps toward her brother, but his face does not move in the slightest. His voice, comes from behind. Turning to alleviate her confusion, the ancient engineer stands before you, staring into your eyes in complete shock. You see the glow of your own eyes reflecting in hers. You hear the voice in your head before you speak the words. Any struggle is useless. You're powerless to resist them.
As much as I wish I could embrace you with my own arms, my body is bound by the same temporal magic that holds the invaders at bay. To release myself is to release the Argante into our world.
You raise your hand, caressing the top of Kayla's ear, a familiar gesture as if done 1,000 times before.
My dear, dear sister, you never meant to be here. The suspension pod was to protect you for 12 generations. I have failed you.
Why? Why did you keep me there, when I am perfectly fine?
It was for your own good. It was never supposed to end like this.
And like what? What's going on, Proteus? Talk to me. Behind the ancient engineer, Boron, Whisper, and Rackham take note of large crystal formations lurking in the shadows of the chamber, cased within each fully clothed human body, all posed in positions of defiance and self-defense. You step past your sister towards the three.
They are the ones that have come before you, Lord, I now possess. All held much promise, but none sufficed.
So you killed them?
Murder is too strong a word. They were sacrificed for the greater good.
You look to each of your champions watching on, their faces distorted in distrust and disgust. All save Whisper, who drifts slowly beneath the explosion, frozen in time above, toward Proteus and his crystal throne. By my own eyes, I bear witness, as much as it grieves me to admit it, the prophecy of the Six is true. What's that you speak of, Your Excellency? In the end of days, in the dying light, Six will stand against godlike might. All will fail, all will fall, yet none will fail. On their hallowed names, our Tara will prevail. Whisper's form dissolves into a burst of black vapors. In the blink of an eye, a shadowy mass appears before Proteus' throne. As the mystic's body returns to flesh, an ebony dagger appears in her hand, as he plunges the blade toward Proteus' throat. Deceiver, destroyer, the Queen of Shadows denies you your triumph. Just before the blade pierces Proteus' chest, a hand of metal grabs Whisper's wrist. Have you lost your mind? He is my brother. Proteus' eyes shift towards his sister and the mystic. His lips barely move.
So begins the end.
With a tower shaking thunderclap, time returns to normal, allowing the dark portal hovering above to complete its explosion. The eruption throws everyone in the chamber to the floor, sliding them hard into the far walls. Weakened and struggling for balance, Proteus rises to his feet first, his body sparkling with fragments of bright blue energy. Stunned, you and your champions each rise in turn, finding your own selves similarly involved with crackling blue energy. A deafening roar and tremendous gust fill the chamber as a geyser of pitch-black liquid light substance gushes from above the chamber floor. Dark matter disappears into the far wall, as if the wall itself is nothing but an illusion. As the dark eruption flows, purple bursts of energy appear announcing the arrival of Lorgante. You and your champions slowly retreat and regroup, and watch as the giant black embryonic masses spill through the portal. The shadow forms quickly, take hold of the disgusting organic heaps, then disappear in a flash of purple light. The process repeats, Lorgante clearly aware of your presence, but simply uninterested. You waste no time checking on Kane, Mavi, and the others, while much of the chamber has been destroyed by the explosion. Amazingly, you and your champions, as Proteus promised, are unharmed. What can we do, my lord? We've got to try and stop it.
You cannot stop the inevitable.
Proteus struggles to stand, stepping toward the gushing flow of black, seemingly mesmerized by the horrific sight. While the Magus stands distracted, a large purple glow flashes out, leaving in its wake a behemoth shadow construct, something much larger and completely unlike anything your champions have faced. Shadow immediately turns from the portal and approaches your party, its eyes trailing long wisps of crimson energy. The creature opens its mouth, letting loose a growl-like moan. Proteus stumbles before the construct and raises his hand to halt its approach. The Magus can barely hold his hand outstretched. His voice is powerful and clear. Back. These 7 are with me. The shadow construct pauses, looks for a moment at Proteus, then begins to turn back. Without warning, the abomination of darkness whips around, shoves Proteus down, hurling him across the floor, coming to rest a few feet away from you. Magus looks to you and tries to rise, his body still weakened from his time on the crystal throne. He calls to you in your mind, asking for aid. Without second thought, you rush to his side and help him to his feet. As you do so, you look back to see the behemoth construct converging on your champions. And yeah, he's a big boy. Lorgante Essence. Drain life force, paralyzing void, and void rain. That's nice. This should be interesting. Oh, that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Here we go. And where's Eric? Let's do that. Put this on. Do those things. And I need Ayla. Yay, we got some stuff down. Champions of Tara. I may be physically too weak to fight this abomination myself, but I am far from powerless to aid you. Take from me a fraction of what I possess, and send this construct back to the darkness from which it came. Hero skills cooldown. Mana regeneration plus 10. Oh wow. Okay. Here. Let's make us invulnerable. Another new. Oh, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. Here, let's do this as well. Oh, it's like a blizzard, but with void stones. Even better. I'm assuming this does no damage to you. Maybe it's doing a little damage to you. Oh my goodness. I guess computer's doing a little bit of work right now. So you should be done here very soon. I don't know where everybody went. Why is everybody like visiting him? Everybody shouldn't be visiting him. Just Kane. Just Kane should be visiting him. That's it. Okay, he's done. He be done. Whew. You have defeated the Shadow. Alas, it was just a tiny fragment of Arganthe's essence. Rest now and talk to me again when you are ready to finish your journey. What? What's in this area then? Anything? Doesn't look like it. Okay. That's interesting. Only Mauvais and Kane went for a little stroll. That was it. Glass tube. A tall warrior, his face contorted in anguish. Small boy, covering his eyes, looking as if made porcelain. Another human body preserved like a trophy. Mechanical construct similar to the former companion mech. Oh, okay. So, nothing else here. Alright, I guess we talk. You don't understand. Proteus has let Arganthe into your world, yet he saved you and your allies from the explosion of the portal and the monstrous shadow. What have you done? Whisper flies into a rage, lunging towards Proteus with her hand ablaze with magical energy. Caleb, Boron, and Mauvais fall upon the mystic, restraining her with all their effort. We must destroy him while we still can. The prophecy is true. I don't know what's come over you, Whisper, but now is not the time to lose our heads. Kane, Rackham. As Kane and Rackham approach, Whisper stops resisting and instead mumbles to herself. Prophecy, you don't understand. We're doomed. All of Artara is doomed. With a sudden flurry of resistance, Whisper explodes, more intent than ever to end Proteus. It takes the combined effort of all your champions to control her. Let me go, fools. Proteus must die.
Do not be too harsh with your companion. If not for her help, you may have not reached me. Her effort till now has been exemplary. You have all done exemplary, as well as I could have ever hoped for.
Proteus shakes his head, his face long with disappointment, loses much of its color.
You do not know the pains to which I suffer, that you must now all die, that I must take your lives.
Your champions go limp in disbelief, loosening their hold on Whisper. Still trying to comprehend the first Magus words, you watch as the mystic shakes herself free. Your disbelief has squandered our greatest chance. Now, unhand the Queen of Shadows. What are you saying, brother? Tell me you don't mean it.
I truly wish it was not true, but their lives I must take.
No, I won't allow it.
My dear sister, do not despair. You have been the single greatest light in my life. I never intended to rob the future of your spirit. This is why I had you placed in a suspension pod. You will be spared of what is to come. You will go back into the suspension.
Back into that frozen box for another 1,000 years? I'd rather die. By the great spirits, what happened to you, Proteus?
Time has happened. So much time. If you saw the world as I see it, you would know that it is the only way.
Perhaps my brother truly was lost 1,000 years ago. I won't let you do it, Proteus. I won't let you do any of it. Kayla lunges toward her brother, her robotic hand recoiled in a fist, prepared to strike a devastating blow. Proteus turns to face you, his face relaxed, his eyes unconcerned. With a wave of the back of his hand, Kayla freezes, motionless. Her eyes open wide as her body turns parlor blue. Small crystals of ice frost over her skin as the sparkle in her eyes is extinguished. Your entire party moves swiftly to Kayla's defense. With weapons drawn and magic charged, they rush against Proteus. If it's a fight you want, Magus, it's a fight you get. And you will find in your weakened physical state we are more than capable to overcome you. Proteus steps back, his face scrunched in anger. His eyes glow bright blue, and his body writhes with magical energy. Yet, as Bourne points out, his frame is indeed weakened. The effort causes Proteus to tumble to his knees. With his head lowered to the ground, almost out of breath, the Magus speaks softly.
You dare attack me, Proteus?
Proteus looks up to your champions, his voice grows strong and loud.
I am the first and last Magus of Artara. It is not for mortal beings such as you to decide my fate. If you choose to offer your lives through combat, so be it.
So, I don't have Kayla then, hey? As Kane's sword comes crashing down against Proteus' lowered head, you lunge forward and back. Yes, Average, this has been a very long game. I had to speed it up. By knocking a little bit of the difficulty down. But happy weekend. I think we're getting very close to the end here, though. You again feel another presence in your body. No matter how hard you try, you cannot resist Proteus' will. My lord, why do you defend him? He seeks to kill us.
And so he shall.
I would have given you an honorable, clean, peaceful death. Instead, you choose to die in violence. Get back, Kay. That's not my lord. It's Proteus. The Frostling is right.
Of course, in my weakened physical condition, you few would have been more than a match for me. But in this body,
With all my power at its command, you have no chance of defeating me. What do we do now? The only way to stop Proteus is to harm my lord. You watch yourself swing your blade at your old friend. Your heart crumbles at the thought of killing Cain and the others you care about. Then, in the back of your mind, you sense the feeling of despair is not only your own. Somehow a piece of Cain and the others remains connected to you, even without the crystal throne beneath you. You summon every ounce of will that remains in your own and speak to your champion's mind one last time. Do not hesitate. Kill me! You and Proteus. So, do I have Kayla? Oh, I don't. But I have everybody else, which hasn't been upgraded for a while. So this could be interesting. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Okie dokes. Well, there's no mind control is probably going to happen here. You guys might as well go work there. Immune? What are you immune with? And now... put this up in here. And might as well put that on too. Oh, this is going to be a mess. Okay, what's going on? Are you immune? That's Proteus. Okay, do I have to take out me first? Go attack him? What do we need to do here? I think I want everybody over here. We are going to work on me first. Arclash Legacy. Never heard of that average. Okay, there's a little bit of fire going on here. Okay, Boron. Put this on all the time. Start doing that. This one, I was enjoying it. And then it got to a point where it was like the battles, like you just finish fighting a battle and then you gotta go spend like another hour to upgrade your party to get to the next battle. So that's where it kind of ended here a little. Who is taking damage and why? Rack him, maybe? This one was... I pretty much started playing it right when it was released. In April there. It was in early access as well. But, deeply wounded body collapses to the floor, and the protective magic around Proteus dissipates. All the champions turn to him now, their faces twisted with anger at what they had just done. Yeah, it came out, like, I think it was in early access for a bit. I'm not sure how long. But it came out pretty much mid-April. Because I picked it up just after that or something like that. Because it looked intriguing. I agree. The story is still neat. It's just some of the random crafting in that. Okay, so now we should now be able to attack Proteus. Yes, he is getting hurt. And who else is getting hurt? Let's put this down. That on, that on. Hit him with some hammers. Oh, that's a good question. Probably the site I usually go to, the Gaming on... I heard it, I think, on Gaming on Linux. Okay, you two guys need to go attack him. This happened to you. Do that. Inner fire. Let's do this. Okay, I don't understand why I'm not doing too much damage to him. He doesn't have that much armor. His resistances are down. So that's a little bit odd. No, it's everything. I don't even know. I'm not sure if it went to consoles. No, it's not Linux only. And Proteus, you be done. Oh, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Boron came in with 7,000. Wow, Rackham came in with 16,000 damage done. And he barely fought. Okay, cool. Your champions gather around your collapsed body. Their tired, beaten faces, the look of genuine despair. Mavi places her loaded crossbow at your head. Close your eyes, my lord. You won't feel a thing. Yeah, and it's a small shop. It was an indie shop. But I'm thinking it's an end. Close your eyes, my lord. You won't feel a thing. Rackham rushes over to Magus, limp body on the floor. We'll kill the Magus. That'll break his control. Orn sweeps Proteus off the floor with one hand. A fine idea. This is no spell to be broken, my friends. Proteus has taken over my lord's body. There's but one way to end this murderous trap. Keen nods to Mavi. Sweat breaks across her brow. After a moment of hesitation, she lowers her crossbow. It's okay, Mavi. The duty should be mine. As Kane takes a stance before you and pulls his blade back high, Proteus wills you to speak. In your weakened condition, he no longer has dominion to control you. Yet, feeling a sense of genuine urgency, you recite the words. At the same time, Proteus' body speaks them as well. Wait. Hold your blade. You do not understand. You very much will feel a thing. Have a good night, name not found. Have a good night. Do not hesitate, Shield Guard. Take him now before he escapes. Kane holds his blade steady. Atara is already doomed. Our world is lost. Not by my doing. This became fact the moment the Organthe portal opened. I merely used all my power to prolong the inevitable. To bide time. Time for what? To plan and plot. To set things in motion. To save what could be saved. But most of all, to wait for him. For all of you. As there is no stopping the Organthe. Our only chance is to save what we can. A task I no longer have power to achieve on my own. As my Magus brothers and sisters did 1,000 years ago, you few can grant me such power through your sacrifice. The power for what? To transport as many of our people as possible to the tower, then transport it far away to another world, where Atara may be reborn. The only way I can do this, the only way to save our people, is with your life energy. There's no other option. There is no more time. I speak the truth. If you leave here today with your lives, all is undone. As the words weigh heavily on your champions, Proteus evacuates your body, leaving you in crippling pain. Orin releases the first Magus, dropping him to the floor, where he spits up dark crimson blood. I tried to tell you. I take no pleasure in taking your lives. If I could give my own in your place, I would, without hesitation. But the only way to save our people is through your sacrifice. So, brave champions, I leave it to you. Strike me down for all that I have done, doom everyone you know and love, and end our civilization, all civilizations, as the Organthe will come to devour them all eventually. Or give yourselves now and grant our people a second chance. The choice is yours. Before you decide, I give you one final vision, that which shall come to pass for our world and countless others should you strike me down. I've spent 1,000 years in the presence of Organthe, listening to their maddening whispers, feeling their insatiable hunger, seeing their collective memories. I know them for the soulless, malevolent beings they truly are, an unstoppable virus, those whose only purpose is to consume and reproduce. After they have devoured Atara, the Organthe will spread across the galaxy, targeting every inhabited world. There will be no threats, no parley, no chance to defy and combat them. They will simply burn 1 billion planets to ash, absorbing all the life energy within. Organthe will leave no path of destruction behind. Once the universe is emptied of life, they will consume all stellar matter, ice giants, suns, nebulas, black holes, asteroids, cosmic dust. Nothing will be spared. The universe will be stripped bare. In the Organthe's wake, nothing will remain, not even a single photon of light. All will be dark. Kill me now, and this is the future you set in stone. Proteus' truth strikes hard into the brittle hearts of you and your champions. Everyone draws silent and still. Only the swirling wind and gushing sound of the Organthe dimensional rift remains, until at last Whisper steps forward. The prophecy. Could have I misunderstood this whole time? All will fall, yet none will fail. On their hallowed names, Atara will prevail. My people are a proud and ancient race. I sense the truth of your words now. The Queen of Shadows will not live, only to see her people erased from the Book of Time. Let it be known that the Queen of Shadows was the first. That her courage and her light showed the way. Whisper walks before Proteus, looking to each of your champions and yourself as she passes. Black vapor pours from her body, crimson energy burns at her hands, up along her forearms. You require the energy that is me, then take it, all that I am and more. Proteus extends his hand, and with a slight rush of air, Whisper dissolves into 1,000 pieces of sparkling light. Proteus stance straightens once the mystic is no more. It looks like I was wrong, lad. I'll not be seeing you back to the forests after all. It is a promise I absolve you from, my friend, and one I sincerely appreciate. We elves don't believe in death as others do. I make this sacrifice without hesitation, but you, Master Smith, of course, lad. After all, it's a king's duty to lay down his life for his people. King? The sentiment of surprise is shared by everyone but Boron. Did they not know? But Jarl Dwarf wears the crest of Master Smith of the First Order, and only a Dwarven king lays claim to such a title. Eric bows with a heartfelt grin. My lord. Eric steps before Proteus and speaks in his native tongue. Tell me one thing before I go to see my ancestors, First Magus. Does another life oak seed grow somewhere in the world? Proteus replies in Elvish. You have spent much of your life seeking such a seed. Are you sure the truth would not unsettle you, especially now, before you depart this world? Tell me, despite the Urganthe, I must know if my people's fate is sealed. Then rejoice, noble elf, for though they are hidden by centuries and only grow when touched by Mother Nature's bosom, many such seeds still exist in Altera. The elf closes his eyes and drops his head in a gesture of great relief. Then there is still hope for my people. I am ready now. Wait just a second. I said as long as I draw breath. As long as I draw breath, I'll see you back to your force. We'll go together, or not at all. Rackham moves to each of your champions and lays into them with a mighty bear hug. Just so I remember what it's like to be in the arms of a beautiful lass. Rackham shakes your hand and nods without a word, then steps back alongside Eric. Though I don't share our king's emotional affection, now that I have grown quite fond of all of you, and wish you all safe travels to wherever the next adventure lies. The chamber fills with light. When the illumination dissipates, all that remains of Rackham is a mound of ash and dirt. Of the elf, a dozen silver butterflies flutter about before slowly fading away. You could swear Proteus' hair darkens in color. His face no longer expresses the pains of a 1,000-year-old body. Oh my goodness. Boron steps alongside Mabe and Kane. I need time to prepare. Bodies are just tossed to the side. Mabe and Kane start to stare into each other's eyes. Though nothing is spoken, much is said. After all this, even with the fate of everyone and everything hanging in the balance, I find myself feeling selfish. I don't want to go. Kane's eyes fill with sudden panic. Mabe, The marksman places a single finger over Kane's lips. All this time together, and now you decide to confess your feelings? A coy smile breaks across her face. If only there were more time. But there isn't. This isn't easy for me to say, Kay. But with you by my side, I think I can. Our people are counting on us. The world is counting on us. We must fulfill our duty. Tell us, Proteus, is there anything after death? Will we be together in another life? Proteus smiles and nods to Kane and Mabe. Do not fear. Death is not what you think it is, and time is like the river that leads to the sea, with tides that flow both ways. Kane turns to you, but you recoil. The thought that you have led your dearest friend to his death turns your stomach. My lord, can the two of you ever forgive me? What is there to forgive? Your loyalty has led you to your deaths. It is our honor to die so that our people may live. Farewell, friend. You struggle to hold back the tears and raise up your hand. Kane takes it firmly and nods. Maeve places hers over the two of yours and nods. Unlike you and Kane, she cannot hold back the tears, though she ignores them. Kane and Maeve step back before Proteus. They look to him, then turn back to each other, embrace and kiss. With another wave of his hand, the color of Maeve and Kane drains from their forms. Within seconds, they stand before you frozen in an eternal kiss of stone. Well, that's not really what it shows. Now Boran. He's a very big boy. You take a deep breath and look upon Boran's steps before. And look up as Boran steps before you. He gazes down at you beneath hard, stoic eyes. It is because of you our people will get a second chance. It is because of you this is not the end. I cannot express my gratitude. The Frostling lumbers over the statue of Maeve and Kane and kneels before them. Placing one hand atop each of them, he drops his head and chants in a deep, reverberating tone. My people will not forget what happened here in this tower, not as long as the memory stone exists. After a few moments, the Frostling rises to his feet and turns to face Proteus. Without word, Proteus nods. A massive gust of frost and ice busts through the chamber, forcing you to shield your eyes. Until we meet again. When you look again, Boran is no more. You and Kayla, suspended in time by unknown means, are all that remains of you and your 7 champions. Proteus, now looking 20 years younger, healthier and stronger, turns to you, peering deep into your eyes as if examining your very soul. Perhaps somehow, since that day we first met when I was a boy, I've known that this day would come. I am ready. For Atara, send me to where my friends have gone. Proteus turns and looks up at the Grante portal, not twice the size that it was when you first entered the chamber. You hear the first Magus thoughts in your mind. You led a band of champions from different walks of life, with conflicting goals, through this perilous tower. You are a strong and capable leader. You stand before me now, ready to give your life. You're a brave and honorable man. Your will and life energy are truly great. But you must live. What? No, you took their lives. You can't let me alone live while they have made the ultimate sacrifice. No. Yes, I must. Now it is time you know the complete truth. The complete truth?
So here we are, 2 minds in one body. You witnessed what I have done. I opened the portal and let the Organte through. The ultimate betrayal. Shadow constructs are ravaging the land, destroying everything and everyone in the path. They leave me alone, for they believe I am the ally of their masters. Yet, you must understand the reasons for my actions. For I did not lie those many years ago when you were a child and our minds touched for the first time. The world can be saved, and only you can do it. The entire world, our galaxy. If we let the Organte set foot on this land, they will soon ravage all the other planets in our galaxy too. The Organte pass through the bridge into our world, but they are weak. They come from a place with different laws of physics. They are disoriented, stunned. They have to assume physical bodies and need time to adjust to our energy. A lot of time. And if something has a physical shape, it can be destroyed. My actions were for that reason. My life force was the only thing blocking the bridge. And I am dying. If I were to die and they were to enter the world, they would be unopposed. They would bide their time recovering. And when they were ready, they would destroy everything, for such is their nature now, hateful and evil. I spent a long time in the presence of those beings. I understand them now in more ways than they understand themselves. They might have been a grand and noble civilization, but now only a husk remains. Their nature overpowered by the need to consume and destroy. I also understood one thing that they do not know yet. In our universe, they will not be able to transcend again. They will remain as they are now, in physical form. They will need to send their constructs to nearby stars, to absorb their energy, filter it, and feed on it slowly. Don't be fooled, however. They will awaken eventually and start rebuilding their civilization. So I am releasing your mind now. Take this body and all the knowledge I possess and escape this world, for it is already doomed. I have gathered the remaining survivors in the tower, and I will shift it across vast space to another planet, where you can settle in peace. I will transfer my consciousness to this shadow and remain here. I will walk among the Organte unnoticed, observing them and confusing them if I can, for as long as I can. You have a different task. You must rebuild the civilization and grow in strength. You must pass the knowledge of what has happened to your descendants, and they must stand vigil. When the time comes, you must be ready to return to this world and destroy the enemy once and for all. For only then can I be redeemed. Stand vigil. Watch the sky with an ever-open eye. When stars dim and start to die, come swiftly, or the end follows nigh.
And it is done. It is done, it is done, it is done. Finally, it is done. So, it was a good game to a point with the tweaking of the battles. The randomness and the crafting, not sure what you're going to get. Not sure how much money you're going to actually end up with for trying to maybe upgrade your characters. It's like everybody was so specialized. I'm not sure. Just getting to the high level orcs pretty much destroyed me. But that's about as far as we made it on normal difficulty. So the last little bit went down to story mode. I did enjoy the story. They definitely did a good job with the music at the end there, for the sadness of everybody leaving, everyone dying. Tea's taking all their energies. But yeah, this is going to end Tower of Time. And it was a tiny studio that created it. Fairly nice, fairly nice, very nice. But this will end Tower of Time now. The playthrough, it seemed to maybe never end. For a bit there. So we started it back in mid-April. And it is now done. I'll have to see what I'm gonna do. I'm not sure if I'm gonna start another story game yet on Saturday or not.